Hi there, welcome to my channel.
Hey, Uncle Kenny! Football! Hey, yeah!
If you're new here, my name is Cedric Gegel. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, a screenwriter, and a YouTube reactor. And I discovered Dimash last week. And boy, whoa. I figured for today's Dimash reaction, the second song I've heard him sing, I felt like I needed to dress up because this feels like an event. It feels like a thing that I should be dressed up for. Let's just have some fun. He's amazing. His performance of SOS was what is there to say? It was incredible. Almost certainly the best vocalist I've ever heard. You know, last time I said top 5, but the more I think about it, I just don't know if there is one that it could be better. I just don't know how that would even be possible because he's doing things that shouldn't be possible. So, Sinful Passion was the most requested next song. So I saw your requests. I hear them. I'm going to try to get through them, but I certainly have some other groups that I'm also hoping to react to, but I will not be upset to be experiencing more Dimash. I did not watch any more of him. I said I was going to. I did not. I instead binged other reactors reacting to SOS because that's very satisfying. So I understand why you're here. I'm not going to take up too much more time because it's a very long video. It's 7 minutes long. So, you know, I want to make sure that I have time to get through the edit and everything with this. But thank you for watching. Thank you, as always, to my patrons on Patreon. I appreciate you. The next couple of weeks might be a little iffy for me. I just joined the cast of a play. I'm a part of a new adaptation of Henrik Ibsen's An Enemy of the People, which is being produced at my alma mater, Capital University. So I'm doing a Zoom production of that. So we'll see how much time I have to do these videos because I have like 2 weeks until that opens. So, haha! Let's just have fun. Real quick, a new episode of my podcast is out. It's called the All the World Podcast. You can find it on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and a number of other places. This week's episode, I interviewed Will Roget, who's a composer. He worked on Star Wars The Old Republic. He worked on Mortal Kombat 11, Lara Croft Tomb Raider. He's done all kinds of stuff, so check that out if you want to. So, without any further ado, let's hear Sinful Passion.
Казахстан всегда гордился и гордится своими талантами. Сейчас на сцену выйдет представитель уже нового поколения казахстанских звезд. Парень раньше нас, друзья, с вами понял, где больше зрителей, поехал в Китай. И, между прочим, там, внимание, победил в проекте «Голос». В Китае человек из Казахстана победил с хитом А-студио «Грешная любовь». Впервые на новой волне. Прорыв года. Димаш Кудайбергенов.
С песней «Грешная страсть».
I would be freaking out if I was there. I'd be losing it. I do have captions on, so I can read the lyrics in English, just so you know. Oh, that low range.
Если б знала ты, что мне нужна, только ты одна. Линии долгие лили, были ночи без сна.
Man, he really lands on that low note.
Сердце озарило, как весна. Только ты одна.
I just want to talk through real quick something that he's doing in his lower range. It's something I have to do too. I have a higher voice. My range goes, I mean, I could sing that, but still, like, it gets into my lower range. He's doing something that's very, very clever from a performance standpoint, and it gets the audience invested in what he's doing. He's singing a little bit quieter, and instead of going like, I don't know what the exact notes were, but instead of going like, da da da, like instead of holding on to it, he's just going, da da da, da da dum. And he's kind of closing a little bit and pushing the air through his nose. Da-da-dum. And it lets him kind of put a little bit of warmth and texture onto the note. It also is a lot easier on the vocal cords, and from a performance standpoint, it sounds more emotional. It sounds like pleading. It sounds like something he really means. So there's a number of reasons why we might do it. When I was in Beauty and the Beast, I did the exact same thing with the Beast. When it was lower in my range, you make it an acting choice, you make it a performance choice, but also it's easier on you vocally, and it helps the note come out in a more pure sense. So that's a really nice way to do it, and he's doing it consistently. So when he's getting up into his range, when he's not just down here, when he's da-da-da, da-da-da, he's also going da. So he's still letting it kind of fall off so that it doesn't feel like he's cheating his way through the note. It's very, very nice. Plus, his pitch is so on. Do you hear how airy and breathy that is? Slow burning flame in this misty weather. That's a cool lyric. Now he's opening it up more. Nice. Very nice. Ooh. Nice cello. Nice triangle guy. It's beautiful, nice and light. So again, he had that power where he really opened it up more, and it was more of that kind of classic opera style, open mouth singing with some power and passion behind it, and then he pulled it back. So he's coming back to this much more light, breathy, with a little bit, and I'm saying this intentionally, he's controlling this, a little bit less control over it. And the reason he does that is because it's close to speak singing. It's the same thing that you hear in... the first thing that comes to my mind is For Forever from Dear Evan Hansen. If you listen to what Ben Platt's doing here.
He looks around and says to me, there's nowhere else I'd rather be, and I say, me too.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be, and I say, me too. Right? To just go to the me too. It's a character thing, and it makes him feel like, yeah, I'm into this. Or it's being able to go down really soft on a sentence and just say two words instead of singing them, but you can say them on pitch. And it's a really cool performance tactic that we as performers can use to help you kind of guide you to where we are. It's something we do as people too. Not that we sing all the time, but it's just a pitch modulation that works really, really well to take us on a journey. Beautiful. Nice crack. Nice crack on that note. He's doing a great accent on that note and then going breathy. I'm trying to figure out what's behind him on the screen. Oh. It's a little bit less open when he went to the high note because he wanted to put a little bit more energy behind it. Oh. Come on. That's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. He shouldn't be allowed to do that. Someone needs to say, hey, you can't do that anymore. Because it's not fair. Right where I pause, this is kind of interesting. Look at all the lights above him, and the single goal is to separate him. Because he's in black, he would blend in really easily with the blue that's behind him, and the blue is really good for this. It's interesting because he's singing a song about passion, and I wonder if the colors are going to change because he hasn't gotten to the passion part yet. Right now it's very begging and asking, like, oh, I know that you're the one that can do this. You're the one that can pull me back. I'm at the edge of an abyss. There's a sad sort of energy to it. And I'm not saying that it's, like, slow. There's a sort of intimacy to his performance so far, and blue is a color that we'll often use to make you feel that and kind of draw you in. They're using a lot of like white and yellow lights to pull him away from the background because he's in the black, so it helps us see him a little bit better. And a lot of it's kind of backlighting, which gives him that really nice hair light up top, and that's kind of separating him from the background, and it almost makes it look on certain shots like he's literally on the edge of an abyss. You know, he's singing about being that and being pulled back from the edge, and because it's that dark blue kind of space behind him that's stretching on and these things floating in and out, it pulls him away from that and really draws our eye to him. So that's a really cool set design. I wonder if it's going to change colors. We'll see. That was amazing. Nice. Now look at the way the lights come up. Well, we're going to talk about that, aren't we? So that build-up, that he's hitting that beautiful note and pushing it and the lights come up, that is a great way to combine a performance with the technical side of a performance to make the audience really lean into it. Really like, okay, cool, this is where we are now. There's something about that. It's the same thing about a kick line during a dance break of a musical where the audience is always going to just catch their breath for a moment, and that as a performer is something you look for. Like you want to draw in that moment. There's a beautiful way to do that, and it's almost lost because the chorus is behind him and the band's doing all the things and the music is so epic. You almost forget to listen to how technical those runs were. I'm not someone that's very good at runs. It's just not my thing. Neither running. I'm a bad runner. I just don't like running. But also vocal runs. It's not my strength. And he is so precise, and it's such a weird range, and it's nuts. It's nuts. He's not from this planet. He's just not from this planet. I don't know what planet he's from, but they should send more. His performance is so epic too, because he knows how to like just be still. Yeah, he deserves this. Oh, is it over? I paused it right before it was over. He's just such a superior vocalist in his control, but I think the thing that a lot of performers forget, singers in particular forget, is that audiences, like if I want to just hear you sing the song, I have the CD. But I want to see you perform. I want to see you take me on a journey. And the best artists can do that. Lady Gaga can do that. To go in a very different direction, like Josh Groban can do that. I mean, you're talking about like artists that know what their song is about and really take you there with them. In the cohesion of, yes, their live performance and how does it differ from their vocals. It's Jimin adding the growl at certain points for BTS. You're thinking about these performers that really take it to the next level with how they mix the sound in their own voice as well as live, and the intention of the art that they're creating. And with Dimash, he knows that he's probably the best singer in the world. I think he knows that. But he doesn't quite seem satisfied with it. There's an urgency to his performance. And there's a knowledge that, like, I almost feel like his inner monologue is, if I am the best, if I am going to be the best, then I need to earn that every day. And I say that having only seen 2 of his things, but watching that, there was a real drive behind his vocal. There was a real, like, I want all of you to be a part of this journey, and a relatability on however you relate to this, relate to it. But I'm going to relate to it my own way, and because you know that I'm relating something, because you know that I'm feeling something, you will feel something too, and it can be completely different than what he's feeling. His vocal control is nuts. His runs are incredible. He's so precise. It's like throwing darts. Like he is a bullseye every time, on every pitch, on every note, which is wild. His breath control is insane. But the performance of that, to take us on this journey with a song that I feel like could be performed one note. Like it could just be like this and still be done technically beautifully. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to make us feel something. And that was really, really beautiful. The run section was amazing. Thank you so much for being back. I will not be dressed like this next time you see me. Probably. This is just a one-off thing. But I'm glad I did it anyway. This was wonderful. Thank you so much. I really, really enjoyed Dimash. He is just incredible. I think he's the best singer in the world. I can't imagine there being a better one. Maybe there is. But, well, if there is, then I look forward to discovering them. And until then, I'm going to go ahead and give that to Dimash. I'm going to go ahead and say it's him. But wow. Incredible. Thank you for watching.